That's right, I'm diving into Coach. Season 9, Episode 4, called Isn't It Romantic? Michael Feinstein guest starred. Kind of. IMDb voters pushed down this one in the show's lower 3. I can explain. Paul here, actor and former radio host. IMDb voters gave this one a 6.7 rating, and that lands it among the show's bottom 3 episodes ever for ratings. For context, it originally aired October 19th, 1996, which was late in the run for Coach, and they'd already moved to Orlando and baby Tim was around, so bada bing, you do the math. Coach ran from 1989 to 1997, starting at Minnesota State, eventually relocating to Orlando with Craig D. Nelson as Hayden Fox, forever torn between football strategy and life strategy. The ensemble, Jerry Van Dyke played Luther, then you had Dauber, and Shelley Fabre as Christine. She did a lot of the heavy lifting for heart and humor across 9 seasons. But by season 9, the show leaned more into domestic arcs, for good or bad. Here's the plot. Hayden, desperate to pull off a proper romantic evening with Christine. Yeah, candlelight, a little glamour, the whole thing, because they hadn't been friendly in 4 months. The snag? Christine's terrified to leave the new baby, Tim, with a stranger. The episode tracks Hayden's increasingly earnest attempts to coax her out of the house for dinner while her anxiety boomerangs back to the crib every few minutes. That was pretty much it. It was classic late series Coach domesticity. Professional coach tries to game plan romance, parenthood laughs in his face, the whole deal. The central tension is whether they can enjoy a night out without Christine spiraling around about the babysitter and the baby, which they really can't. Her worry keeps dragging him homeward emotionally, even when they try to leave physically. The resolution leans into acceptance. The show acknowledges that romance has to adapt to new parent reality. Instead of fixing Christine's fear, Hayden recalibrates. He brings Michael Feinstein home with him so they can have their classy date there. That's Hayden being Hayden. Learns that sometimes you have to win by changing the playbook, not forcing the play. Hey, before I get too deep in this, you know what? If you're enjoying this whole worst episode ever, hit that notification bell. Also drop a like, especially if you've ever abandoned a dinner reservation because someone forgot the good pacifier. All right, why did fans consider it the worst? A lot of the usual suspects here. Expectations versus premise. Fans who love the Minnesota State chaos felt Season 9's Orlando and baby domestic focus was off-brand. Isn't It Romantic is all home front and barely any gridiron. Not much drama. Christine's fear of leaving Tim with a sitter has been done a lot, and it was pretty much the whole episode. It's not comedy-worthy. There wasn't one standout gag. Luther and Dauber were hardly in it at all. And yeah, late series wind down. The episode resolves sweetly, but the journey's more nod and smile rather than laugh out loud. IMDb voters tend to reward sharper comic payoffs. Oh, and one more. Guest star usage expectations. Michael Feinstein's cameo suggests a classy, romantic vibe, but he was way underused, especially if you're a fan of his or know who he is. The verdict? Yeah, I'd say this one's a good candidate for the worst ever. It didn't feel coach-ish. Isn't It Romantic? It's a soft domestic chapter of late-era Coach that plays honest about new parent life, even if it sidelines the show's scrappier sports DNA. Yeah, it's sweet, it's human. It's also kind of that IMDb voters stuck near the bottom when grading the Coach curve. Yeah, wasn't great. What do you think? Did you watch the show? Did you like it? Who was funnier, Dauber or Luther? Be honest. Let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next worst episode ever. And it's where I'd let data pick the bug, and I bring the receipts. Oh, and also check out my video on how Luther got that job on Coach by lying. Yeah, Jerry Van Dyke is who I'm talking about. Just the video right here. It's quite well. You could watch and find out.